Just talk. Just talk and just don't even think about what you're going to say. That's the hardest part, is being vulnerable to a camera. That one video about the female, who's that female in the mirror? Some lesbians wrote me thinking, or shall I say, begging me to reconsider being a female. And I'm like, did you not even watch the video? Do you not understand that I am not a girl? And that I need to be validated as a guy? Whatever. So I think twice about before I put stuff on. So to all the lesbians out there, it's called LGBT for a reason. Do your research. T is at the end of the rainbow. Probably should be at the beginning. TLGB. Or TBGL. The lesbians, they always want to be at the beginning of the rainbow. Anyways, though, transgenderism is a part of the queer rainbow. And it's not about me feeling comfortable in being a female. It's about, you know, just validating me being transgender, being like a guy in a female's body. So yeah, there's some females, lesbians that wrote me, begging me to reconsider all of this. I said, how rude. Just mind your own business. And they're like, it's your business. It's all over YouTube. So this video is to all the lesbians. If you want to send me a thing, I'm probably going to delete it if it goes on to about me needing to be butch, or me needing to be a female. Because to me, that's harassment. Let me spell it out. Harassment is you not validating who I am. Okay, so maybe you don't understand that. How much have you not been understood in the world? Having to fight for your rights to get married and all of that. Now, I am just trying to fight for my rights just to be myself. Gender-wise. Try to put yourself in my shoes rather than send me stuff like that. I'm going to flag it. I'm going to delete it. Just don't even respond unless it's with some type of respect. Lack of respect is kind of putting the T at the end of the rainbow. LGBT. Like I just talked about it. T needs to be up front. It's frustrating how silent the T is within our queer community. I have a bunch of, I have I haven't completely come out of the closet yet, and I have my female Facebook, and there's lots of gay and lesbians on there. And whenever I do put stuff about transgenderism, it's like only a couple people like it. And I mean like, out of the gay and lesbians, they'll like all my stuff about gay and lesbians, but if you put anything about transgenderism, they just won't even like it. And it's like, it leaves me feeling really, really invisible. Not just out there in the straight world, but out there in the queer world. I didn't even plan on making a video about this. But it's one of the reasons why I just kind of stopped making videos, because I'm like, afraid about being vulnerable. So me and Amy, we discussed this, and we're like, I do want to make videos and put them out there to help people. And I don't want to just talk about, well, I got some hair increase this week, which is like, I totally love hearing that from like all the other trans guys out there, because I'm like, I go and I look up 2 weeks on T or a month on T, and then kind of compare and contrast a little bit. Or I look it up to get an idea of what I could possibly be facing in like the next month or so. But I like hearing the videos that are raw and genuine and real. That making videos like that, they could lead to harassment, just like that video about who's that female in the mirror, which actually is like the most popular video. But there's those lesbians that are like, you're making that video because you really want to be a female, but you're not. To be honest, I didn't really read your email. I read a little bit to make sure that, like, maybe it's an email that I should be responding to. And I push delete. I'm not making these videos, just FYI, I'm not making these videos to try to, like, convince you guys that I'm a guy. I'm making these videos just to kind of get my voice and my story out there. So really, I can't convince you. I just got to be myself, and whether you accept me or not, it's fine. But just no harassment zone. People that want to respond like that just want to say you'll be flagged, spammed, deleted. And me and Amy even talked about perhaps her monitoring the emails. So just want to put that out there, okay? I am not looking to be a butch lesbian. I'm not identifying with that. I'm identifying with female. I hope you respect that, I remember, what was it like, five years ago, I didn't have a whole lot of grasp on what it meant to be transgender. Like I said in previous videos, how I always kind of, like growing up, I remember seeing, whether it be Ricky Lake shows or Oprah or whatever, show videos about about trans guys and then medically transitioning. And I remember having this thought like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to do in the future. So I always kind of had that like in the back of my mind, but then at the same time I had like no idea. Like I had an idea, but then at the same time I had no idea that I was trans or what it meant to be trans. So five years ago, I did an internship in San Francisco with homeless youth, and I got exposed to the trans community, and it blew me away. At the time, I was just getting comfortable with coming out as like a lesbian, and so I had to. I remember they angered me. They made me so mad because I remember thinking, why are they even a part of LGBT? Because I didn't want to be like associated with like people like that. I remember thinking that, and I'm sure there's people in the queer community that think that, and they're just not being honest. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I hope that I'm not like them. And just wishing they'd shut up. I mean, I would never have said this because I was interning as a counselor. And I remember thinking, man, you whine a whole lot about not using correct pronouns. Man, you whine a lot about not being validated. Gosh, you whine a whole lot about. And I had no idea what they were going through. But really, I was afraid. I was afraid of being trans. Because I knew. And I remember even talking to some of them. I'm like, what if I'm trans? And I think that's probably why my story probably threatens a lot of lesbians. It's because, I mean, some of them could be closeted trans. and be threatened of my story. That perhaps, maybe, your butch lesbian is your mask that you hide behind. And I'm not just getting it out there, and I'm not saying that, like, butch lesbian is another, you know, that they're valid, okay? There are butch lesbians valid. I'm just saying that it used to be a mask that I hid behind. Because I was so afraid of being trans. I was so afraid of it. Because in the back of my mind, even though I didn't completely aware of transgender, I always knew that someday I was going to have to face being trans. And that once I faced it, that I was going to lose my mom, which to me it's like the worst fear ever, losing my mom. That's the cat. So when I did my internship, I treated them with respect. And I'm saying that this is stuff that went on inside my own internal frustrations that I didn't like share with them. I wish I would have been honest with myself and started my transition 5 years ago. I was so afraid. I don't know. I didn't know I was going to make a video about this. All I can say is just treat me with respect, treat other trans with respect. This whole process is a little tougher than you could think. And I don't know, consider putting us at the beginning of the rainbow. That's all I have to say. Bye. That's harassment. Let me spell it out. Harassment is you not validating who I am. Okay, so maybe you don't understand. That you want to be another YouTube video, Todd? That's Amy. That's what she has to say. Hutco gave me both coupons even though one was expired. It's just stuff like that that just makes life worth living, you know? Whoa.